Good morning. Good morning, huddlers. Good morning. How are you today? Today's Friday. It is the day we focus on business and leadership. And today we've got a phenomenal conversations for you. And that conversation is anchored by this question. Could passion be overrated when it comes to growing your business? We'll tell you a whole bunch more about that, but right now I've got one of those phenomenal questions for none other than Andrea. Andrea, you're gonna get this one like crazy. Why is Al Gore bad at dancing?
I have no idea.
Oh my God, I don't know. You should know the answer to that. You know, you can't put passion in an algorithm. That's terrible. Well, here we are, Friday morning, nothing better than a dry dad joke focused on a politician to get you going. And our question for the day focuses on passion. And we're not saying that Al Gore has none, but more often than not, business owners like you and I think that we need to rely on passion to fuel what it is we're up to when we're in business. So that's the nature of today's conversation. But before we get into it and sink our teeth into it, I'm going to ask my dear friend, Stacy Robinson, to tell me what time is it?
The time is now.
It is now.
Full mastery of.
It is now, Stacy, and no other time than now. And Andrea, where are you? And now I'm switching the question. How are you? And who are you going to hug today?
I am how I say I am. And today I am recovering and strong. And who am I going to hug today? Yeah, you know it.
I know it. I know.
First this. I may hug also a good friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while. So we'll see. Hopefully this congestion goes away. So we'll see. But yeah, first of all, this.
See them and hug them and continue to hug yourself. Great, great, great. Thank you, Andrea. And my last question is for my good friend, Chase. Chase, tell me, where are you and what are you grateful for?
Grande, can you hear me?
I can hear you very low.
Very low.
No, I can hear you.
Where am I? I am right here in the moment, unequivocally. And what was your other question?
What are you grateful for, Chase?
I'm grateful to be alive and to spread my talents around the world.
Thank you for being alive, and thank you for committing that life to spreading your talent over the world.
You're welcome, fine sir.
Yeah, your contribution. Good morning, everyone. Well, let us sink our teeth into the conversation. The question we're using to anchor the conversation today is, could passion be overrated when it comes to growing your business? Put a 1 in the chat or raise your hand if you've ever heard the phrase, follow your passion. Put another 1 in the chart if you've ever heard the phrase, Do what you love, and the money will follow. Now, put another hand in the chat if you've actually followed your passion and it didn't work the way you thought it would. And put one in there if you actually pursued what you loved and you're struggling at actually growing a business doing that. So there is a distinction between what you love and what you're passionate about. And mind you, this conversation this morning is not to say to you that you have to condemn yourself to being in business doing something you don't love or something you're not passionate about. What I'm saying is that when you're starting a business, when you're growing a business, when you're keeping a business alive for a long, long time, what you're passionate about and what you really love to do may not be enough. One of the primary reasons is there's an intersection between what you're passionate about and what you love and what the market needs. So Monica loves to say, check your assumptions, check yourself before you wreck yourself. If what you love to do and what you're really passionate about, there isn't a need for it out there, and there is an intersection where there's a large number of people that you can serve with it, it will not be a sustainable business. So in that sense, when I'm saying passion and love for something could be overrated when it comes to growing a business, we want to make this distinction. There's first what you love and what you're passionate about. And then second, there is what you're interested in and what will keep your interest for a long time. Raise your hand if you are a human being just like me and you get bored really quickly. And even though you're passionate about it, even though you love it, you get bored and sometimes you quit. Put a 1 in the chat. Now, if passion and a love for what you're doing could be overrated when it comes to growing your business, then what does work to keep you rolling, to keep you going? This is what I've found in my experience works. I stick to it, and then I see it through the end, regardless of how I'm feeling about it in the moment. Now, I'll give you a real life example. I started a business in 2005. And in 2005, the way I had to grow this business is by doing something I didn't love, which was to be in the field, to actually be doing the work, because I was the only one in the business to start with. That year, we made a promise to our client, and I kept at it and saw it through to the end. And as a result of that, the client expanded the business, and I was able to hire people to do the work that I didn't like to do. So passion and love may be overrated. And sometimes in business, you may have to do something that you don't necessarily like to do. So I've trained myself over the years to get done what needs to be done so that the business can grow. And it doesn't mean that I condemn myself to doing something that I don't love. It means that I have made the promise to do whatever it takes to keep the business growing and to get the business rolling. Now, you may be asking yourself, if passion and a love for what I'm doing is overrated, and what works more often than not, and I'll lean very far and say what works almost 99% of the time, whether I love what I'm doing, whether I'm passionate about what I'm doing, whether I don't like what I'm doing, is actually sticking to it and seeing it through to the end. As a business owner, if I didn't teach myself and train myself to go there every time, the business would no longer be. Now, I've shared two things with you. One is the notion that passion and love for what you're doing could be overrated when it comes to starting, growing, or running your business effectively. The second thing we've shared is that when passion and love runs out, what wins over is your commitment to stick to it and see it through. Now, the third thing I want to share with you is what I call the secret sauce to being in business, being successful in business. You want to guess what that is? The secret sauce is loving and falling in love with your clients. Now, when it comes to passion and love, when I first started, I thought the passion and love that I would need would be me being passionate about something and then doing that something. And what I've discovered over the years is that I could start out with something that interests me and can keep my interest for a good while. And then I can pour into it my willingness and my commitment to stick to it and see through the end. But when I began serving the people who wanted it and then fell in love with them, that's when everything just expanded. Because it was no longer about me in that moment. It was more about what am I going to do to serve my clients? I got interested about their problems. I got interested about what they were dealing with. I got interested about the obstacles to them growing. I got interested about what increased their costs, what impacted their revenues, what made it difficult for them to see through and have profits in their business. That, my friends, I find to be the most energizing, the most empowering, and the most fulfilling way to run a business. Falling in love with the people the business serves. And there are three categories of people that the business serves. One is the employees of the business. Two, the clients of the business. Three, the vendors and suppliers who make what you do possible for your clients. Unless you learn to fall in love with all three, in some way, shape, or form, being in business can be a miserable experience. But when you're in love with all three, then the passion and love you're seeking comes to you effortlessly every day. It's not something you love. It is who you're loving. It's not something you're passionate about. It is whose problem are you passionate about. Now, I want to open it up to hear what's swirling in your mind. You're all business owners here. If you're not a business owner, you're thinking about being in business and you've been working on it. So what are you thinking? What questions do you have? Good
Hey,
morning, Ronald.
good morning, all of you guys. This is a great one. The Fridays are really solid when it comes to business, and I actually learn a lot. I just had to open up and be able to see all that I'm doing. I have I have two sides of business besides my work, and just realize, all those 3 points, how passionate I am about it, and the crossroad that you mentioned are definitely things that are on they're really right there. So I'm just want to place a comment there that this is truly makes sense. It's totally makes sense, and I can see them in every aspects of my business. One thing, and just I don't want to take too much time, so I'm just looking at my artwork. In the compound canvas, for those of you who doesn't know, is like I paint Haitian art or Haitian musician, and really pushing really a combination of really that I like the musician, but yet I did not really see the vendors yet. I did not really see the crowd that really enjoyed these musicians. So that's what I'm putting together, and just what you just said, really like bang, it's like my light just light up. And I just want to thank you for that.
And what specifically are you taking away that went bang for you like that?
What I'm especially taking away is I see the crowd that need to buy the prints, but I did not really see that I need to love them too. I need to love them too, because they are the one that really gonna really buy the prints, and that's definitely something that I need to do.
I got it, Ronald.
And I need to broaden that spectrum too.
Yeah, I love that you bring that up, because there is a significant difference between seeing my clients as means to an end. Means to an end, meaning I won't survive. My business won't survive unless my clients buy from me. So therefore, them buying from me becomes definitive in a way. Like, if they don't buy from me, I won't survive. If they don't buy from me, I'm not good enough. If they don't buy from me, my products aren't good enough. My services aren't good enough. So it's also personal. And so I'll use the term self-centered, that when I'm speaking about loving your clients, it is the mechanism that allows me to take my attention off my business and myself, and to put my attention where it belongs. I can never, ever deliver what my clients need unless I really, and I use the term love, not casually. And I'm not talking about romantic love, but it's the kind of love that says, I care so much that I will go dig so that I truly understand your problem, and then have my services and my products be the exact solution for your problem. Like, even though we're speaking to the market, there's this sort of personal relationship that loving my clients gives me the opportunity to develop. And, you could get to the point where you sell a painting to someone and you're so connected to the reason why they're buying that it moves you to tears.
Yeah. That's where it's heading. That's where the love of the client comes together.
Good morning.
Good morning, my dear family. Sending you a lot of love, and more love. Saurel, thank you so much for the topic. Thank you very much. I started this business, I would say, about 7 years ago, going to 8 years. And started the business. I started solo, like you did. And eventually I was getting overwhelmed. I said, no, I can't do this by myself. I manage vacation rental here in the Poconos. And it's funny because I start with 3, then I start with 4, and then I just keep increasing. Now I have 25 vacation rental that I manage, and one of the 25 is mine. Every one of the vacation rental that I manage, that I keep it clean, I keep it up to par. Every single one have 5-star. But all and behold, mines don't have 5-star. They go 5-star, they go 4-star, go 3-star. Trust me, Saurel, and trust me, Family Daily Huddle. This is something that I live in by the bones, and the love that I do by job. I have 8 girls that work with me now, and it's take away a lot of my aches and pain of carrying the whole baton by myself. No, I sharing the work between my workers, and they are not even my workers. I say they work with me, not for me. And this for me is more have a teamwork. But trust me, the love that I put into it, I get back 10 times fold, especially when I start to see my Christmas bonus. I know they appreciate the work that I do. And it's funny because in this year, December, I share my Christmas bonus with the girls. They said, what is this for? I say, oh, for doing the excellent work that you have been doing. Trust me, when you put your passion to anything that you do, and this is not only one thing that I do several stuff, but this is where I get my livelihood. I pay my mortgage with this, I pay my girls with this. So I put a lot of passion into my work. And trust me, I have to turn on client now because I don't have the manpower to take on more client, but it's the love that when I go in there and I look and I see this place is spick and span clean, and the 5-star that I gaining, and my company, it's amazing. It's a passion that I have for this, what I do. And with that, I am complete.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. You know, you bring up something that, well, here's what I hear you bringing up, that the passion and the love, you know, like when it says do what you love and the rest will follow, I think we need to flip that script and say, love what you do, and the rest will follow. Because you see, life may throw a gazillion-dollar business at you. And because, quote unquote, it's not my passion, or it's not what I love to do, I'll leave it alone and have that opportunity stay right there where it is. I could love what I do. And that, my friends, may be what they really meant when they said, do what you love and the rest will follow. Chase, good morning, my friend.
Grand day. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Listening to you on an outside speaker. I've never done that before. You know, in short, when I started performing many years ago, I fell in love with the feeling that people were getting as they were listening. And I had that feeling when I saw 2 of my favorite major performers sing as well or perform as well. So when you said you have to love the client, I can't tell you how much I love seeing the transformation of people after they hear me perform in a group or by myself. It's literally a drug. It's like an addiction, because I have the power within me to change the energy without a tangible item. Like, I can go into a room and do what I do and then leave, and I can see the difference in human beings. That to me is powerful. And I've never been bored with my passion ever. And as I do it more, I find more ways to change the vibrations around with people around me, and to tell other people that you have it, you have the thing. I want to work with you. Like you can change the world with it. And I've done it before. And it's just unbelievable. I've never felt anything at this high of a vibration that I do from performing.
Mm. It's a real gift. You know, in answer to the question, what are you grateful for? I thank the business owners. The divine answer could be, I'm grateful for my ability to fall in love with the people I serve. Because without that, the passion and the love that I would seek to inject in the business beforehand could lead me down the wrong path. Because unless what I love and I'm passionate about, I can find that intersection where I get to serve people, it doesn't work. Peter James.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Andrea, the face of the huddle. How you doing? All right, good to see you guys. I've been thinking, and somebody said recently that, you know, I'm in the dying business, but I'm not.
You are.
No, I'm not. I work in that arena, but it's kind of interesting because what I've realized that passion is one of the prerequisites for you to be successful. I mean, not necessarily monetarily, because you can have so much money that it can destroy you if you're not careful. But passion is a hallmark and a foundational thing for me, in the sense that I discovered later on in life what my gifts were, more or less working with the elderly, with seniors mostly. And what I realized, if you leave your passion out there, other things will follow, because not only are you energized in the process of doing it, but the people that are benefiting also have a sense of connectivity. So that crossroads is, what do you like to do, what people can benefit, and how you can impact them. And one of the greatest feelings is knowing that I put myself out there 100% to help the folks to get what they would like. Even sometimes they rebuff it, because as I said earlier, my first quote, I'm in the dying business, but it's very rewarding when I get people tell me that, hey man, because you did something a couple of years ago, here I am benefiting now. So that passion is refueled. And, you know, I just want to say that you cannot lose, period, with passion. It's electric.
You
As
can't,
we said, Jamaica, it's electric.
you can't lose,
You can't.
even in the darkest,
Mhm.
hardest times. And when I speak of the darkest, hardest times, it could be the time when the landlord's knocking, the power company's knocking, your major client owes you a ton of money, and the invoice has not been paid. You can still find everything you need to stick with it and see it through when you're in love with the people you're serving. So being a business owner is not unlike being a grandfather, not unlike being a father. You know, I will knock on my mother's door and mom will come running. And I'm 62, for God's sake. She still thinks I'm her, she still knows I'm her little boy. And in a way, there is the opportunity for your business and your clients and your suppliers and your vendors and your employees to be that in your life. That is my will for you as business owners. And with that, folks, we're going to end today's huddle. And our 8 tenets are this: love passionately, love your clients, love your employees, love your vendors, even the ones that harass you, to pay them on time. Laugh out loud. You know, I love this quote. if it's gonna be funny 2 weeks from now, you might as well be laughing now. So laugh like crazy. Stress less, eat mostly plant-based, give of everything you've got. Sleep well, shake what your mama gave you, and last but not least, check yourself before you wreck yourself. This is our show. We'll be right here on Monday for Money Mondays, and this is how we end.
Good job.
Thank you, Saurel. Good job.
One love, guys. One love.
Rashida,
See you
where are
Monday.
you in the Poconos?
Bye.
All right. Awesome sauce.
Where are you in the Poconos?
Have a great weekend, guys.
Okay.